Let's make America objective again. We're smack in the middle of what they call the information age, but with all the censorship and clamor, it doesn't always feel like it. People these days seem quick to take offense. Maybe they've always been that way, but it's like everyone's tiptoeing around instead of standing firm. Here's my take: let's make America objective again. And the best part, it doesn't start with some big shot proclamation. It starts with you right where you are. Step one is simple: talk to folks. Better yet, listen, really listen to what they've got to say. There's an old truth in this: you'll win more people over by showing interest in them than by trying to make them interested in you. Ask questions, hear their side, and let them know you're paying attention. Then toss your own thoughts into the ring and see if they'll give you an ear or two. If they do, you're on to something, a real back and forth. If they don't, no harm done. Tip your hat, flash a smile, and say thanks anyway. Why thank them? Because they've just spared you the headache of arguing with a brick wall. No sense wasting breath on someone glued to their own ideas. Move on and find folks who'll meet you halfway. That's your starting line. Listen, share, and sort out who's willing next. Seek out the real ones, people who aren't just spouting lines or playing for applause, but who actually want to dig into ideas and chase the truth. When you find someone genuine, someone who'll speak their mind and still hear you out, that's a keeper. Stick with it, and before long you'll have a crew, an army even of folks ready to talk, ready to listen, and ready to reason together. That's the heart of making America objective again. It's not about shutting anyone down or winning every fight. It's about slicing through the touchy feuds and getting back to where ideas can duke it out in the open, fair and square. People want to feel understood. Give them that, and you'd be surprised how many start wanting the truth too. Start small, start with you, and watch it spread. One good talk at a time. We can steer this thing back on course. And making America objective again. And the best part, it doesn't start with some big shot proclamation. It starts with you, right where you are. Step one is simple: talk to folks. Better yet, listen, really listen to what they've got to say. There's an old truth in this: you'll win more people over by showing interest in them than by trying to make them interested in you. Ask questions, hear their side, and let them know you're paying attention. Then toss your own thoughts into the ring and see if they'll give you an ear too. If they do, you're on to something, a real back and forth. If they don't, no harm done. Tip your hat, flash a smile, and say thanks anyway. Why thank them? Because they've just spared you the headache of arguing with a brick wall. No sense wasting breath on someone glued to their own ideas. Move on and find folks who'll meet you halfway. That's your starting line. Listen, share, and sort out who's willing next. Seek out the real ones, people who aren't just spouting lines or playing for applause, but who actually want to dig into ideas and chase the truth. When you find someone genuine, someone who'll speak their mind and still hear you out, that's a keeper. Stick with it, and before long you'll have a crew, an army even of folks ready to talk, ready to listen, and ready to reason together. That's the heart of making America objective again. It's not about shutting anyone down or winning every fight. It's about slicing through the touchy feuds and getting back to where ideas can duke it out in the open, fair and square. People want to feel understood. Give them that, and you'd be surprised how many start wanting the truth too. Start small, start with you, and watch it spread. One good talk at a time. We can steer this thing back on course.
I wrote that song, but I don't necessarily know if I believe it. I believe right now that there are a lot of people, particularly those in charge, that are very much culturally captured, and I do not want to bow down to them. I don't want to, I want them to be real with me, and I want to be real with them. And then, like, if we both don't agree, we can go our own separate ways. It's time to, hey, why am I going to be fake to you? I'll try to be as polite as I can, but some of the things that I believe in might be rather harsh. I believe in, conquest. Conquest and resistance are part of nature. And it's a natural way of things. But the way things are being done, there has to be a natural resistance to it, even if it's kind of private and like people are voting the way they're voting because they are resisting an establishment that is extremely corrupt and extremely egocentric and extremely culturally captured, that does not want to listen to you or give in to you in any way possible. They just want you to obey the rules and even give them money and have no pushback whatsoever. And that's not intelligent. Anyway, Joe, Yasi, you got anything to add to what I just bloviated about?
That's about it.
I kind of want to say that empathy is a two-way street. It is not a dead end. And if a person doesn't have objectivity and the wherewithal to hear you out, they're not worth going forward. And one of the documentaries that I put forward is one that that is regarding the censorship. I don't know if I want to say the censorship industrial complex, but a group that has been involved in the censorship of the internet and that believes that human beings cannot decipher good and bad information. They think that Attila the Hun will rise from the dead or some bullshit like that. And I'm like, you're full of it, man. Go ahead, Joey. You were ready to chomp at the bit.
No, I think, well, the song, what part don't you agree with anymore? Because I find it good. It's a good team building strategy.
That is true. But I think that the powers that be, and the powers that be used to seem like they used to want to listen. Now they don't. Now they're not open-minded to your questions. And this has become part of the internet culture, part of cancel culture as well, because you can, lose your power rather quickly if you're caught on tape saying the wrong things. Because again, sometimes, the left started with today's cancel culture. And the right only by nature is going to do this. It's only smart and intelligent to do the same thing, to fight fire with fire. You can't have someone shooting at you who's, ready to kill you and not do the same thing to them that they're doing to you. You have the floor, sir.
I did, but yeah, I don't really. I still don't see what that has to do with the message of the song.
You're kind of right. My point is that it's the powers that be that don't want to listen to you and don't want to hear you out and think that they are almost above you, that you are just either a peon or the information that you have is too dangerous for society.
Well, maybe if they don't know your value, you've undersold the idea a bit, and then that should tighten up a bit.
I think I think deep down inside, they know that what they're promoting is not popular, but their ego says, I gotta shut this down, and I think a lot of this right now is, I think it's the biggest face saving kind of thing in human history, where a lot of people don't want to have egg on their face with regards to their behavior. And I don't know if I want to get into it now. Like, I've emailed you the group that I
Yeah, I don't know if it's important either. I think the people that truly matter in what you're saying, I think they exited stage left already with their with what they could. I
you
think
might be right.
this wasn't a secret to them what's going on right now. So I think they so what's left is maybe the second tier of that power structure, and I think they are open to a discussion. They just need it presented to them in a context that they'll understand, and that's kind of a shame.
Yeah, and I think it's an interesting way we can put out the context and just put out the information as best we can, and put out viewpoints as best we can. Uh, I think it could be said that both of us believe that viewpoints aren't dangerous, and debates are not dangerous. But there are people out there that believe that discussions are dangerous, and ideas are dangerous.
Well, we've been doing this for over 12 years. So
Yeah,
I don't think we're backing down from at least talking about it. Where are the people that want to talk about it? That's what I want to. We've gone from format to format. I think Blog Talk Radio may have had the best format for this, whatever it is, and now it's the YouTube world is just a different beast.
well, YouTube has changed over the years, and they've changed their algorithms to basically it helps promote legacy media, and all of the rest kind of get out in the shuffle. I would love to see a thing that basically where the cream rises to the top, and the where people have a shot, but that's not the case anymore. Old YouTube and old Facebook was about the best ideas, but those certain ideas with regards to the establishment and establishment institutions, they say no. Those ideas are too dangerous. They're about hate speech or misinformation, and and the people that decide it, they don't even let you in on how the sausage is made. You could learn how a nuclear bomb is made or how to build your own gun before you go into some of these groups to decide how they decide on what is censorship and what is hate speech. Let us see the recipe. Let us see how the cookies are made. We might want to make our own. I mean, it's so arbitrary. It's unbelievable. And I often think about that women's march and the group we ran into, who were so condescending and so rude and so obnoxious. And the thing of it is, I think a lot of these people are making decisions on online censorship, and that's really disgusting for people who are that like juvenile. Like they're like a the people that we ran into. The more I think about it, these were like juvenile people who think they're smart, who think they're intelligent, and they're so lofty and full of it. I forget the person who coined it, but it's really midwit culture. Midwit. People who are like above average intelligence, but they think they're so much more smart than everybody else. And it's like, your poo stinks, your fart stinks, and your shit stinks. Maybe some shock therapy will let your nostrils smell your own dung.
There's no more shock therapy.
Well, there should be. I mean, to me, like my verbal talking, and I guess if I had a second chance, the way I would address them would be shock therapy for the mind, where they would be shocked into like how stupid and foolish they are. I don't know if I could do verbal jujitsu if I'm that talented, but there's a part of me that would like to just do some verbal jujitsu, and where they end up smelling their own farts and realize, God, have I been laying this shit on you for that long? It really does reek. Joey, is there anything to add before I call this show a day?
Play a song.
You want me to play a song, or do you want me to just end it?
Play a song.
All right, I'll play MAGA Civil War. I guess I'll play a song. Boo-hoo.
Elon's rockets reaching stars. Vivek's ideas changing bars. Tech giants call for open doors. Who fights next in this grand tour? In the streets they shout and scream, dreams of silicon gleam and team. MAGA crowd holds up their signs, watch the battle, read the lines. Visas bound to bend and sway. Who gets in and who must stay? Protests weaving through the noise. Echoes clash like shouting boys. In the streets they shout and scream, dreams of silicon gleam and team. MAGA crowd holds up their signs, watch the battle, read the lines. Who'll take the final stand, holding banners, sword in hand, changing tides within the night? Which way flows the future's light? In the streets they shout and scream, dreams of silicon gleam and team. MAGA crowd holds up their signs, watch the battle, read the lines.
All right. So do we want to go on, or do we want to end it here? This is Transparency and Merit. Is there anything else to add, Brian?
I think that the information superhighway is important, and I think that we should strive to get that back.
Yeah. We've seen the landscape change quite a bit, and I think we do best to break it down by decades, even though I don't feel like we've even had a decade shift in the last 25 years. It seems like just one big block of time since 2000. So, but before that, I think the groundwork was laid, and there is a lot of interesting roads to take covering it from decade to decade. This transition to censorship and to whatever else is going on now. So I think we should get back on that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it certainly is important. Censorship, not a good thing. And
No, and it's been, I think all the information is out there already. I don't want to rehash some of the old stuff, but I think there are interesting connections that most people still kind of find interesting, and it's kind of it becomes a lot clearer when you do break it down, and when we get into where we came from and where we're at right now.
yeah. Yeah. And again, we could be, I think we could be a far more innovative and enlightened society without the online censorship that's going on. Anyway, I'm going to end this. Anything else to add before I call this show a day? Yossi?
No, I think we're good. I think let's just move on, and we've given you the opportunity to chime in. I don't see any comments yet, but yeah, I mean, we'll just have to try it again, and hope that people are willing to stand up and start either calling you out or agreeing with you, whatever it is, and we can get the discussion really going again.
Yeah. And I think, again, the way the censorship on the internet and the way the internet has been used and weaponized has actually made us less safer than more safe, and less free than more free. And more freedom is always good than less. So let me call you a day. We'll end on this. These are the people, in my opinion, that are trying to control social media, a lot of these legacy media people. This is called Stop Crying on Television and the Internet.
Stop gambling on everything. I mean, I cannot believe the depths of now that you can gamble on things. It's just, I think we have to dedicate a whole show to it.
Oh, maybe we will. Gamblers unanimous. Here we go, playing the outro.
Oh no, the tears are falling. Cue the zoom and cue the lights. Oh, that's bright. One rehearsed apology, time to monetize. Your pain's a brand, your grief's a show. You cry into the camera, throw money. Is this real?
No.
Is this pain?
No.
See, or is this a Netflix deal in the making? Turn the volume up, it's primetime regret. Another life meltdown, place your bets. Stop crying on television and the internet. Watch we see through your tears and your empty thrive. Yeah, every soap story comes with a check, and we ain't buying your pain, not yet. Oh look, the influencers weeping again. I swear I'm so broken, like, comment, send. Eat your suffering, sell it as proof. A clown with a tissue in a soundproof booth.
These tears are heavily edited. Do you want to skip this trauma? Pay for premium.
Stop crying on television and the internet. What we see through your tutors and your empty thrive. Every soap story not yet.
This has been another episode of Manufactured Misery. Tune in next breakdown.